Have you ever felt like you were just one small step away from your dream, but something always held you back? That's exactly where Haley Monroe finds herself. She's a baker with a heart full of passion and a talent for creating the most delicious pastries you can imagine. Her dream? To run her own successful bakery. But right now, she's struggling just to keep the lights on. Every day is a battle against mounting bills and the fear that her dream might just crumble like an overbaked cookie. One evening, Haley gets a frantic call from her sister, Jessica. Jessica has a huge favor to ask, a favor that sounds more like a scene from a romantic comedy than real life. She's supposed to go on a blind date with some big-shot billionaire, but something has come up and she can't make it. She begs Haley to go in her place, just for one night, just to be a stand-in. Haley is completely against the idea. A billionaire? What would she even talk to him about? She's covered in flour most days, not designer clothes. But Jessica is persistent. And finally, worn down and a little bit curious, Haley agrees. After all, what's the worst that could happen? It's just one dinner. So Haley puts on her best dress, a simple but elegant one that makes her feel a little less like a baker and a little more like someone who belongs in a fancy restaurant. She walks in, her heart pounding in her chest, and spots him immediately. Nathan Prescott. He's exactly as Jessica described. Handsome, impeccably dressed, but with a certain sadness in his eyes that no amount of wealth could hide. Nathan is a widower, still navigating the world after losing his wife a few years ago. The date is awkward. They're from two completely different worlds. He talks about stock markets and board meetings. She talks about the price of flour and the perfect temperature for proofing dough. The conversation stalls more times than her old delivery van. They both know this isn't going anywhere. It feels like they're just going through the motions. As the dinner comes to a close, they part ways with a polite but distant handshake. Haley breathes a sigh of relief. Well, she did her sister a favor, and now she can go back to her real life, back to her bakery. A few days later, just as Haley is about to forget the whole awkward encounter, the bell on her bakery door jingles. She looks up from kneading a batch of dough and is shocked to see Nathan Prescott standing there. But he's not alone. Holding his hand is a small girl with big, curious eyes, hiding slightly behind her father's leg. This is Ellie, Nathan's 8-year-old daughter. Nathan explains, a little sheepishly, that Ellie had heard him mention the baker from his date, and she insisted on coming to see the bakery for herself. Ellie is incredibly shy. Ever since her mother passed away, she's retreated into a world of her own, barely speaking a word to anyone. Haley's heart immediately goes out to the little girl. She sees a flicker of sadness in Ellie's eyes that she understands all too well. Forgetting all about the awkward date, Haley's natural warmth takes over. She kneels down to Ellie's level and smiles. "Well, hello there," she says softly. "I'm Haley. I'm very happy to meet you. Do you like cupcakes?" Ellie just nods, still clinging to her father. Haley doesn't push. Instead, she brings over a small, undecorated cupcake and a bowl of brightly colored frosting and sprinkles. "How about you help me?" she suggests gently. "This little cupcake looks a bit lonely, don't you think? It needs some cheering up." Hesitantly, Ellie takes the small spatula. Her small hands are a little shaky at first, but with Haley's quiet encouragement, she starts to spread the frosting. A little gets on her nose, and for the first time, a tiny giggle escapes her lips. Nathan watches this interaction, a look of pure astonishment on his face. He hasn't heard his daughter laugh in what feels like an eternity. He sees a side of Haley he didn't see at the restaurant, a woman full of patience, kindness, and a special kind of magic. In that small, flour-dusted moment, something shifts. He sees more than just a baker. He sees a light. This visit becomes the first of many. Nathan starts finding excuses to stop by the bakery almost every day after school with Ellie. It becomes their little ritual. Haley teaches Ellie how to braid challah bread, how to pipe rosettes onto cakes, and how to tell when the cookies are baked to perfection just by the smell. The bakery, once a place of financial stress for Haley, transforms into a haven of laughter and warmth. The aroma of sugar and butter now mixes with the sound of Ellie's slowly returning voice. Ellie starts to open up, not just to Haley, but to her father as well. She tells them stories about school, about her friends, and about the things she dreams of. She's finding her voice again, all thanks to the patient baker with the kind smile. Nathan finds himself completely captivated by Haley. He sees how she listens to Ellie with her whole heart, how her eyes light up when she talks about a new recipe, and how she's managed to bring joy back into his daughter's life, and his own. He starts staying longer, helping her clean up after closing, sharing stories about his life, the pressures of his job, and the loneliness he's felt for so long. Haley, in turn, opens up to him about her struggles with the bakery and her dreams of one day expanding it. They discover a connection that is far deeper and more real than their disastrous first date could have ever suggested. It's a connection built not on fancy dinners, but on shared moments covered in flour and powdered sugar. One afternoon, while they are decorating a cake together, Ellie looks up at them with a serious expression. "Haley," she says, her voice clear and confident, "you make Daddy happy, and you make me happy." The simple, honest words hit both Nathan and Haley with the force of a revelation. They look at each other over Ellie's head, and in that moment, they both realize the truth. This isn't just about friendship or a shared fondness for pastries anymore. This has become something more. It feels like family. Nathan realizes he's not just falling for Haley, he's falling in love with the life they're building together, one cupcake at a time. But life is never quite that simple, is it? Nathan's world is one of high society, of galas and business deals. His late wife came from that world, and many people in his circle, including his influential mother-in-law, expect him to remarry someone suitable. When rumors start to circulate about Nathan and the local baker, the pressure mounts. His mother-in-law makes it clear she disapproves, believing Haley is not of the right social standing for their family and is only after his money. She tries to create doubt in Nathan's mind and even makes a few passive-aggressive comments to Haley, trying to make her feel small and out of place. For a moment, Haley's insecurities flare up. Maybe she doesn't belong in his world. Maybe this is all just a fairy tale that's about to end. Nathan, however, is not the same man he was a few months ago. The happiness he's found with Haley and the transformation he's seen in his daughter have given him a new kind of strength. He sees the meddling for what it is, fear and misguided protection. He confronts his mother-in-law, telling her firmly but respectfully that his happiness and his daughter's happiness are his only priorities. He tells her that Haley has brought more light into their lives than anyone, and he won't let outdated notions of class or status ruin it. He chooses Haley. He chooses their new, unconventional family. To prove his commitment, Nathan does something extraordinary. He knows how much the bakery means to Haley, and he sees its potential. Using his business acumen, he doesn't just give her money. Instead, he becomes her partner. He helps her develop a business plan to expand, to franchise, to turn Haley's Heavenly Bakes into the brand he knows it can be. He invests in her dream, showing her that he believes in her not just as a partner in life, but as a talented and capable businesswoman. The story culminates in the grand reopening of the bakery. It's bigger, brighter, and bustling with happy customers. Haley stands behind the counter, no longer a struggling baker, but a successful entrepreneur her dream realized. Nathan is by her side, not as a billionaire client, but as her proud partner. And right there between them, handing a cookie to a customer, is Ellie, chattering away, her face lit up with a confident, joyful smile. They are a family, forged not by blood or by social standing, but by second chances, shared moments, and the simple, sweet magic of a bakery. It's a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most unexpected ingredients, a reluctant blind date, a shy little girl, and a whole lot of flour, can come together to create the most perfect recipe for love. Thank you so much for watching with me today. It just goes to show you that love can be found in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next video. We'll see you soon.